The Guerrero's right about the shoe. The shoe was not the same in the pic shown in court as the shoe pulled from the evidence bag by Trooper Bukake.
And you mentioned you're at the hospital. There was a sneaker. One.
Yes.
Bukake! Bukake!
Welcome, everyone. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week so far. Hope everybody is doing well. So, as promised, I was going to go live again today. Not sure if I'll do it tomorrow, but I hope to be able to do so tomorrow. But as promised, I am going to go over Turtleboy's affidavit, his bullshit affidavit. I'm going to go over everything. I'm barely in, and yesterday I went over just a few things, and it was after David, yes. Affidavit. I just went over a few things, and so far it's all taken out of context so far. And what we got up to was where Turtleboy had shared, which was public record, Michael Proctor's cell phone number, which was listed in a very public record of Jennifer McCabe's phone call log of those hours of January 28th and 29th. Now, an interesting thing was there was an incoming call in the morning from Michael Proctor to Jennifer McCabe, which I find interesting. It could mean nothing, but I found it to be very interesting. And in Turtleboy's Live, he found it to be very interesting. And there's yeah, the whole thing just stinks. If I'm being totally honest, the whole thing just reeks. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue this where we left off, and what I'm going to do is what I did yesterday was, for those of you who weren't here yesterday or did not catch the replay, I basically just compared what the affidavit says and what Turtleboy actually said on his live streams. Now, some of the stuff that's listed in this affidavit is from his blog. I won't be going over those things. I'm sure somebody else will. But what I'm going to focus on is just the YouTube live streams and posts. So now, even doing that, it's going to take a while. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be live tonight, but I'm going to go over as much as I can, or at least as much as I have coffee. Now, it's really, really disturbing. It's just really, really disturbing. And I caught Turtleboy live earlier today, and it just really made me sad that he felt the need to have to live stream. I mean, he's nervous about walking his kids to their bus stop, and in order to protect himself and protect his rights and make sure that his rights aren't being violated, he has to live stream such a private event that takes place daily between him and his family that should be separate from what he's doing. And yeah, he plans on doing it every morning, and it just makes me sad that it's gotten to the point to where he feels he has to do that. Now, I did catch, man, Court TV sure changed their tune, didn't they? Because I did catch a little bit. I'll play a little bit of that. Let me just go ahead and knock that out real quick. I'll play a little bit of that. And YouTube just keeps changing up their template here. It's kind of confusing when every time they do it. But I am going to play just the panelists, the part with the panelists here. All right. And I'll speed it up a little too. I don't want to get dinged, man. Court TV likes to strike people. I have a love-hate thing going on with Court TV. They have some panelists that I'm just like, but this one I'm happy with.
Brandt, Jennifer Brandt, this is a case where you've got someone who is saying there's a police conspiracy, and then he gets arrested. Do you think the public is going to think there's more of a conspiracy or less of a conspiracy now?
Absolutely, Vinny. I mean, it is ironic, isn't it? Because he's talking about how the police covered this up and then he ends up arrested. I think it just helps his cause. But we don't know what he was actually doing. Was he obstructing justice? Was he, getting in the way or intimidating witnesses? We don't know all the facts, but certainly he's passionate about this case. And it's amazing that someone would be so dedicated when he's really not, doesn't seem to have any vested interest in it.
No, he's not related to anyone. I mean, he has a very popular, thing going on YouTube and other places. Let me ask you, Al, witness intimidation. This is not a party to the case. This is kind of unusual for an outsider, someone not connected to the case, to be charged with witness intimidation.
But this is what's happened with these podcasts that have gone on, and these people with the true crime looks into all these different things.
Now, this guy is interesting to me. The guy who's speaking right now, what he says is interesting to me. Now, I want to be very clear why I say that I find what he says interesting. Keep in mind that you could tell this guy is not familiar with the Karen Reed case, at least not to the point to where the rest of us are. And I'm not even that familiar. I haven't even gone over everything as far as what this case entails. As far as every single document, I haven't gone over every single thing yet. So I just have it there for reference. And what I've seen so far, there's definitely at the very least enough for reasonable doubt. And I do not see any dimension, any universe where Karen Reed would actually be convicted by 12 jurors for what they're charging her with. I just don't see it. There's way too much doubt. So I'm going to go ahead and play what this guy says. Now, what this guy says, keep in mind, he's not necessarily condemning Turtleboy in his actions, but what he's but also you got to keep in mind, you can tell that he hasn't really familiarized himself with the case. And the fact that Turtleboy is done what he's done and what he's being charged with, all of this is in the name, at least as far as what he believes to be, in the name of justice for a falsely accused innocent woman. Okay, so Patricia Sell gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much for that. Who are the lucky folks? Let's see. Stacy, Remy, Liz Nelson, Chaos, and Third Planet from the Sun. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Outside sitting here naked looking blue. Sorry, that Modest Mouse song came into my head. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Brian Fitzgerald did it. Brian Fitzgerald broke the live stream cherry.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. I think we got a super cat. I think we got a super cat.
Dance, cock church, dance. Brian Fitzgerald, thank you so much. I appreciate that, buddy. All right, so let's go on with this.
Things, they become part of the case, and then they use this to garner what is their theme of the case, and therefore they can go after witnesses, go after police, and try to embarrass them or try to scare them by bringing their names up, talking about them on this. And they've got a very good amount of people listening to this show, and it's very intimidating, and it's something we've never seen before.
It's intimidating, but is it a crime or is it the First Amendment?
Great question.
Well, the thing is this: it's a fine line with regards to the First Amendment aspect of it, and that may be a very good point. But if you're going to scare someone from testifying based on, their publicity and things like that, what's the difference?
Scare someone from testifying. This is how we know that he's not familiar with everything. Okay, I want to be very clear, folks. This is not. If Turtleboy is intimidating anyone to do anything, which I don't believe he's doing that. I don't believe what he's doing would be called intimidation. But if he were to be intimidating anyone, he's not intimidating people from testifying. He's intimidating those to testify. That's the difference. And that should tell you something. That should absolutely tell you something. That is very telling in and of itself. Okay? He's not intimidating anybody from testifying. If he's intimidating anybody, it's to testify. And that's the whole thing. You got Brian Albert, who won't give up his cell phone for evidence, and then you've got Jennifer McCabe, who is filing motions to not take the stand and testify. And she is absolutely a key witness in this case. Absolutely a key witness.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a.
Melissa, thank you so much. We Turtle Riders appreciate you and your coverage and exposing the truth. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Melissa. It means a lot. And yeah, you Turtle Riders, you guys are absolutely inspiring. I have to tell you, and I mean that with my whole heart. I mean it with my chest. You understand me?
What's the difference between that and a guy, with a crooked nose just telling him, if you get on the stand, you're never going to get out of you're never going to get out alive.
Yeah.
There's no difference. That's
All
not
right,
protecting.
Darnell, you have 10 seconds here. What are your thoughts about the way this has all transpired in 10 seconds or less?
10 seconds. Yelling fire in a crowded movie theater, typically, as we learned in law school, that's not free speech. That's inciting a riot. What he's doing and what other podcasters are doing are giving a voice to those that need a voice, and that's not a crime.
What? People giving a voice to those who don't have a voice. Oh,
Get the fuck out of here.
wrong one, wrong one. There we go. I cagged it. My bad. But yes, giving a voice to those without a voice. Very important stuff. All right. So let me get on Turtle Boy's channel here. And we're going to keep going with this, folks. We're going to keep this moving along, people. Okay, so it goes on to say after the after Turtle Boy uncovers, which they fail to mention here, after Turtle Boy uncovers the fact that Michael Proctor called Jennifer McCabe, which is absolutely relevant, and we would not know that had he not called that cell phone number on a live stream. He would not have known that that was Michael Proctor's phone number. And it's very telling to the case. Now, it goes on to say, as a result of the cell phone number being broadcast, Trooper Proctor began to receive random and harassing text messages and voicemails. Now, again, folks, as I stated yesterday, and as we watched, at no point did Turtle Boy say to harass anyone. He said the number's there and it's public record, and you are free to call him and ask questions just as I'm free to call and ask questions. That's all he did. That's not illegal. Now, is it questionably, is it questionable ethics wise? It's debatable. It's absolutely debatable. But is it illegal? No. No, it's not. In the 12 hours following Kearney's calls, Trooper Proctor received approximately a dozen text messages, phone calls, and voicemails. The content of the calls and messages pertained Trooper Proctor's alleged involvement in the conspiracy and called for his termination. Okay, now that's not that's not harassment. Oh my goodness, folks. Brian Fitzgerald.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think.
Brian Fitzgerald, thank you. Can't wait for the Canton Cucks to go to jail. Here's the thing. I wouldn't count on that. It'd be nice. It would be nice, but I wouldn't count on that. I mean, do you really think? I mean, now there is a federal investigation. Hopefully something comes from that federal investigation. I hope so. But I mean, what we're looking at is just, at the very least, if not corruption, negligence at the very least. So, yeah. So that's what I'm concerned with. Now, it goes on to say Trooper Proctor had to change his work cell phone number to avoid. Now, that was his work cell phone number, not his private cell phone number. Okay. His work cell phone number. Okay. Paid for by the city or by the state. He is a state trooper. So it's paid for by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So technically, that phone number doesn't belong to him. It belongs to every single motherfucker that called him and left a message. Now, if they called and threatened him, then those people are held accountable, not Turtleboy. But that phone number belongs to those who pay taxes for the Commonwealth of, for living in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Plain and simple. Now, it says Trooper Proctor had to change his work cell phone number to avoid the constant unwanted calls and message, which is an easy fucking fix, like big fucking deal. Call up the people that you're working cases for and let them know, hey, this is my new number. Give me a call. Takes 2 minutes. Send a text. Jesus Christ. Send a mass text. Jesus Christ. Quit your whining. Michael Proctor is married to Elizabeth Proctor. Beginning in April 2023, Kearney wrote blog posts about Elizabeth Proctor. On May 9th, 2023, Kearney authored a post about Elizabeth. A video is attached to the post. The video depicts a cell phone screen of an Apple iPhone. The user, Kim Smith. Thank you so much.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got.
Kim Smith, thank you for the super sticker. Okay, just to keep things rolling along, I'm gonna limit the Cuck Church super chat dance. Okay, I'm gonna limit that, but all of your super chats and super stickers and memberships, those are all very much appreciated. I do appreciate all of them. Don't think that I don't, but I am, just for the sake of moving things along, I'm going to limit the super chat song and Cuck Church dance. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. Michael Proctor is married to Elizabeth Proctor beginning in April 2023. Kearney wrote blog posts about Elizabeth Proctor. On May 9th, 2023, Kearney authored a post about Elizabeth. A video is attached to the post. The video depicts a cell phone screen of an Apple iPhone. The user of the cell phone dials the cell phone number of Elizabeth, which is displayed on the screen. Kearney further writes, I can think of two people who deserve to lose their jobs over this alleged conspiracy against Reed. Though Michael Proctor and Elizabeth Proctor, these two lowlifes, think they are untouchable. They are nothing but bullies who terrorize people for years, but now they've met their match. In the post, Kearney states Elizabeth works as a human resources manager at Instron and posts the main phone number for the company. So let's read that one more time. I can think of two people who deserve to lose their jobs over this alleged conspiracy against Reed. Michael Proctor and Elizabeth Proctor. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what role Elizabeth Proctor plays in all of this, other than being married to what seems to be a very incompetent detective and a very biased detective, considering his ties to the Albert family. Now, I don't see necessarily I can't speak on whether or not Elizabeth deserves to lose her job or not. I don't know who she works for, what she does. But now this is a civil thing. Okay. If he's saying that they're nothing but bullies who terrorize people for years, but now they've met their match. Well, I mean, that's a civil thing. I would assume that they might have a case for defamation, maybe only if what they're saying, only if what Turtleboy is saying about them is not true. I mean, it's just that simple. So if he's saying these things and they're not true, then they may have a civil case against him. But saying these things is in expressing these things in his blog, that's not illegal. He cannot go to jail for that. He can't be charged with a crime. So that's absolutely ridiculous to use this. So far, they're batting zeros, man. So far, this DA is batting zeros. I mean, this is asinine. Now, the post then states, but you're probably not going to reach anyone that way. So feel free to leave a review on their wide open Facebook page or their Twitter account. That is, I mean, that's if they have public Facebooks or public Twitters, then you're subject to criticism. You're subject to criticism. Anybody can leave anything they want, comments. And if I want to delete those comments, then I'll simply fucking delete them. What I won't do is go out and try to get somebody put in handcuffs for it. If you don't like something that I'm doing, feel free to express how you feel about it. That's perfectly fine. Anybody who is in the public eye is subject to criticism, period. It's just that simple. It is what it is. Don't whine about it, and don't go and try to charge somebody with a crime. What is that? On May 10th, 2023, Kearney broadcast a live YouTube video, episode 580. Let's look that up. Episode 580. Here we go. And what's the timestamp on that? Let's see. Episode 580, which is currently posted in his YouTube page during broadcast 106 mark. Okay. Let's go back to 105:30. Well, yeah. All right. Now, before I play it, let's see what it says here. Kearney talks about Elizabeth. He stated he was going to call her. He repeated her cell phone number on the broadcast as she was entering the number into a cell phone, using the speakerphone option on the cell phone. Kearney broadcasted the phone call. The phone call went to voicemail. Elizabeth stated the phone call came from it's public record. Kearney left the following message. Hi, Elizabeth. This is Aiden Kearney calling you back from Turtleboy. We briefly spoke yesterday on the phone. I introduced myself to you, and then you hung up on me. Or maybe it was a bad connection, but I just wanted to see how your day went. Wait, I forgot. I'm supposed to be reading this as threatening, as ominous and intimidating. Hold on, let me get into character. Okay. Hi, Elizabeth. This is Aiden Kearney calling you back from Turtleboy. We briefly spoke yesterday on the phone. I introduced myself to you, and then you hung up on me. Or maybe it was a bad connection. But I just wanted to see how your day at work went today. If it went well. I noticed that your employer took down their social media pages without minutes of the blog I published about your recent behavior. And I just wanted to see what is it? Is it awkward? Were you afraid to go in?
Just tell me about your day. And why? Because that's the part I don't understand, is that you seem to be okay with calling other people's workplaces and interfering with their ability to make a living for themselves. But when it happens to you, maybe it's not as fun. Maybe it's not as fun. Do you like that? That's what I want to know. Did you like that? Because you've been doing that a lot to a lot of other people. And do you think it's fair that it happened to you, dear? Do you regret it? Do you regret it? And that's your scumbag husband up to right now. Are you going to visit him in prison? Do you think they'll have conjugal visits? Give me a call back when you get this, and we can chat some more. Bye, girl.
All right, so let's see what Turtleboy actually how he actually said it. Oh my goodness, this is too much fun.
Like, yes. Like, don't people call me all the time? Like, is this Turtleboy? And I'm like, I just don't respond. Like, I'm not giving you that satisfaction. Fuck no. Did she think you were a Fed? I don't know what she thought. I don't know. Let's just call her right now. Fuck it. I'm sure she's watching. Probably not gonna answer, but let's just call her. She did sound nervous. You're right. She did sound nervous. Okay, I'm gonna call her right now. 617-780-7193. Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 617-780-7193 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Elizabeth. This is Aiden Carney calling you back from Turtleboy. We briefly spoke yesterday on the phone. I introduced myself to you, and then you hung up on me, or maybe it was a bad connection. But I just wanted to see how your day at work went today, if it went well. I noticed that your employer took down their social media pages within minutes of the blog I published about your recent behavior. And I just wanted to see, is it awkward?
I had it sped up. This is normal now. It seems like I slowed it down a lot. I didn't. This is the normal speed because I want to get the full context of how he actually left this voicemail that we just listened to, or that I just read.
Go in. Just tell me about your day and why, because that's the part I don't understand. Is that you seem to be okay with calling other people's workplaces and interfering with their ability to make a living for themselves. But when it happens to you, maybe it's not as fun. Maybe it's not as fun. Do you like that? That's what I want to know. Did you like that? Like, because you've been doing that to a lot of other people. And do you think it's fair that it happened to you?
Wow. Yeah, that sounds really threatening. That sounds really, really intimidating. I mean, sounds a lot like a journalist asking some questions. I don't know.
You, dear. Do you regret it? That's another. Do you regret it? And what's your scumbag husband up to right now? Are you going to visit him in prison? Do you think they'll have conjugal visits? Give me a call back when you get this, and we could chat some more. Bye, girl.
Okay. So, pretty wide contrast between bye, girl, and
Bye, girl.
Oh my God. All right, let's move on. Following the phone call, Kearney accessed the social media accounts of Instron and laughed as he stated the pages were taken down and stated the Turtleboy effect. Oh God. Both Michael and Elizabeth Proctor stated they have felt harassed by the acts of Kearney. Felt harassed is a lot different than being harassed. Okay, let's be very clear about that. All right. Now, on Monday, September 25th, 2023 at 6:26 p.m., a Facebook account believed to be used by Kearney posted the following message. Anyone in Canton want to take a couple pictures for me? DM me, please. At 6:53 p.m., the Facebook post was edited with the phrase "Update, all set, thanks." Okay. and which is also not illegal. Okay. I mean, you didn't say, hey, break the law, take pictures by any means you want to. Take pictures, break into their house if you have to, invade their privacy. He didn't say anything like that. He said, anybody want to take pictures? Okay, all good. Thanks. I mean, so he managed to contract some people without any money on the table, got people to work for him for free. Attaboy. Capitalism at its best. God, I love America. And so here I'm looking at the post. It says, today at 6 p.m., Jen McCabe's Jeep was seen parked outside the Proctor household, which ran the plates on all three. We ran the plates on all three cars. They're registered to Michael and Elizabeth Proctor and Matt McCabe. And the DA's office said that they don't know each other. Interesting. Okay. So what that is called exposing the truth. Okay. I mean, if you're seeing the vehicles, right? You're seeing the vehicles. Now, here's the thing about that. Jen McCabe's Jeep was seen parked outside the Proctor household. Okay. Now, that's some might be thinking, well, that's not weird, because at first you're thinking, well, maybe you're mixing it up and Proctor is at the McCabe household. That's not the case. Jennifer McCabe is at the Proctor household. Now, somebody want to reference me a case where a lead detective invites a witness over to their home to do an official interview and get a statement on the record at the detective's house, not the witness's house, but the detective's house, where he's like, hey, yeah, you know what? It's not real good for me to head over there today. So if you want to come over here, you know, we got some leftover ambrosia from the barbecue the other day. So if you want, you know, come on over. I mean, that's absolutely a lack of professionalism if I've ever heard of one. I don't see how that's it's one thing if Proctor goes to the McCabe residence, but that's completely unprofessional. If you ask me, I've never heard of that, where the witness goes to the detective's house for an interview. So I can't help but think that there's some sort of something personal happening there. So we have Proctor calling Jennifer McCabe's cell phone around I think it was 10:55 a.m. I have to check my sleuthy goosey Karen Reed textbook. But at somewhere in the morning hours between 10 and 11 a.m., Michael Proctor called Jennifer McCabe. Okay, according to Jennifer McCabe's phone records. Then, now this is very interesting. Besides that, one might think, oh, well, okay, well, maybe he's just touching base with a witness. Okay. Okay, fine. But then we have Michael Proctor at Jennifer McCabe's house. Why? Or I'm sorry, Jennifer McCabe at Michael Proctor's house. Excuse me. See, I got it mixed up. Jennifer McCabe at Michael Proctor's house. It's kind of weird. Totally inappropriate, in my opinion. I don't see how that's in any way, shape, or form falling under the category of professionalism. Doesn't make sense. And I love that this is put into evidence against Turtleboy, in the case against Turtleboy. It's like they're making his case for him. And the prosecution is just making his case for him. So far, that's what it looks like, which is fucking beautiful. It's just, I mean, either the DA is one of the most corrupt motherfuckers on the planet, or he's one of the dumbest fucking DAs on the planet, or both. Okay, so it then goes on to say, the following day, Kearney broadcast a YouTube video, episode 617, at the 19-minute mark. Okay, let's look that up. 617. Oh. There we go. Okay. And what was the timestamp on that? 19 minutes.
We got.
All right. Let's see what it says here real quick. At the 19-minute mark, Kearney stated he ran the plates of the vehicles depicted in the photograph. Kearney showed photographs of 3 vehicles parked at the address. He showed photographs of each vehicle and stated the registered owners of the vehicles by name, Michael Proctor and Elizabeth Proctor. The term ran in regards to a motor vehicle registration is commonly used in law enforcement. The term means the information was queried through law enforcement databases for the purpose of obtaining information. Kearney used the information in a blog post entitled Canton Cover-Up Part 161. Jen McCabe was seen at the Proctor's house at 6 p.m. tonight, despite allegedly not knowing them personally. Okay, so thank you for putting that in an official affidavit. This is fantastic.
We were alerted that a white Jeep was parked outside of 6 Wentworth Road. That is the home of Michael Proctor, corrupt Michael Proctor, and his horrible, just deplorable wife, just the worst person, Lizzie Proctor. And there it is right there. And, you know, this stupid moron, it's like she parks it right where everyone can see. It's like I mean, you couldn't park across the street somewhere and just walk over, or you couldn't just walk. She lives like less than a quarter mile away. Is she that lazy? It's not that cold yet. I mean, Jen, you're not like you don't look, you're not fat, obviously. Like you could walk. Come on, you got there you go. But as you can see there with the specialty plate H500, that car's registered to Matt McCabe. And so we ran the plates because I wanted to make sure that those are the Proctor's cars in the driveway. And I ran this car, that's Michael Proctor's, it came back to him. And then this one came back to Lizzie Proctor. So that's
okay. Now, when they allude, when this affidavit alludes that he ran the plates and that's a term used by law enforcement, are they implying that he has a connection with law enforcement and a leak, a source in law enforcement for his information, a source that runs plates for him in law enforcement? Is that what they're implying here? Because I find that fascinating. I find that interesting. Because I mean, what if that's the case? Then I mean, what are they trying to prove here? I don't get how this is somehow harassment, and that I mean they're trying to prove intimidation. So to me, it certainly adds to the theory that they arrested him and charged him simply so they can get warrants to obtain his tech and find out who his informants are, who his sources are. And to me, that's a form of intimidation. Because what are they going to do? Oh, this is the conspiracy. Okay, so this, all right, that makes sense, Luthi Goosey. Thank you. So, I mean, this is where they're charging him with conspiracy. But I mean, even still, like, are they planning on charging his sources who are within the department with conspiracy as well in order to shut them up? Because again, all that points to is the the theory that this is about shutting him up. That's all it points to. To me, I mean, you're planning on intimidating sources that have the right to anonymity. They want to know who he's talking to. And to me, that smells like corruption. All it does is prove his point that much further. So, I mean, I don't get it. You know, I don't get why they think that going through this, because I don't even think that they plan on getting a conviction. I'm to the point where I think that all this is about was getting that tech and finding out who his sources are and then somehow washing them out. Because I think we're going to get, I think very near in the future, we're going to see some honest police officers who are going to lose their jobs over something stupid like wearing their badge in the wrong place or not buttoning up their collar at the right spot or not turning on their body cam at the right time. Anything like, I mean, that's what they do. This is what any workplace will do if they don't have a legitimate reason to get rid of you, even though you do your job correctly and you do your job and you're not really violating policy. They'll find something to where you're violating policy. Nobody is 150% squeaky clean in any workplace. There's always one slip up. You walk into work 2 minutes late and they'll, you know, if they're trying to get rid of you, they'll go up right there. We're going to write you up. And then they have it on record so that you can't sue them. And then they'll say, okay, this was your one warning. And then the next time you walk in 30 seconds late, they go, hey, you have a written warning. It's on record. And now we're going to have to terminate you. Or give them the option to resign. So I won't be surprised if in the near future, this happens to a few honest cops in the Canton Police Department or in the state troopers. I will not be surprised.
That's undeniable evidence. It puts Jen McCabe in the house with both of the Proctors, who, of course, Adam Lowley says they don't know each other.
If I could just speak briefly as it pertains to Trooper Proctor, there is no conflict.
I don't think, did the dispatcher resign or was the dispatcher put on leave? She was worried about her pension. She did resign. See what I tell you. I mean, what I tell you. Wow, that's so sad. That is so fucking sad, man. That is so sad. I mean, so who's the bully here? Her or the DA? You know what I mean? Who are the bullies here? Turtleboy and the dispatcher or the DA?
Proctor is not conflicted in this case. I indicated that specifically in some of the oppositions that were filed to Rule 17. So there's been some photograph taken from a social media site, which is Proctor with one of the McCabe's children who were a witness in the case. The children.
Okay, so this is something different. Let's move on to let's keep going down this little rabbit hole of information maintained by the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles accessible to law enforcement through the Criminal Justice Information Service. Authorized individuals have personalized access to the CJIS logins and accounts. Recertification standards, which include lessons. Real quick, Patty Murphy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're totally correct. This is all to get his sources and try to scare him off. Right. Right. And bully his sources, to get rid of his sources and bully. Absolutely. I completely agree. Thank you so much, Patty Murphy. Recertification standards, which include lessons and tests, continuously assert that CJIS users are trained to the standards and do not disseminate protected private information unless for a legitimate law enforcement purpose, as described in Massachusetts Code of Massachusetts Regulation 803 CMR 7.09. On Tuesday, September 26, 2023, Lieutenant John Fanning of the Massachusetts State Police conducted a CJIS audit to determine if any CJIS user queried the following Massachusetts registration: H500, Matt McCabe's vehicle, Jen's husband, 80D, Michael Proctor's vehicle, and Elizabeth Proctor's vehicle. That audit produced results indicating that all three vehicles were queried by Janelle Webb's CJIS. Man, you guys could tell I'm dyslexic, but Janelle Webb is employed as a civilian dispatcher with the Avon Police Department. Wow. On Wednesday, September 27th, 2023, Lieutenant Fanning and Sergeant Yuri Buchanek interviewed Webb at the Avon Police Department. Webb stated she had been employed as a dispatcher at Avon PD for 3 years. She worked on Monday, September 25th from 4 p.m. to midnight. Webb stated she communicates on Facebook Messenger with the account Clarence Woods Emerson, which she believes is used by Kearney. She stated she has sent Kearney information prior to September 25th and has seen the same information used by Kearney on his blog. Webb provided her cell phone to investigators. Investigators observed communication between Webb and Clarence Woods on Facebook Messenger on the cell phone on September 25th at 6:18 p.m. Webb sends the message, "What you got? I'm here till 8 a.m. Clarence responds with, "Sorry, H500. The registration of McCabe's Jeep." After several messages back and forth, Webb sends the message, "Matt McCabe," to which Clarence responds, "Got him." And it's parked at Michael Proctor's house as we speak. And thanks, this is huge. Webb responds with the message, "Again, please keep me private. I don't anticipate fucking up in life, and I never want the wrath of you." At 7 p.m., Clarence sends the message, "Of course, any chance you could run 2 more?" Webb replied, "Sure." Clarence sends pictures of the 2 vehicles parked at the driveway of 6 Wentworth Road. Webb sends Clarence, 80D is Proctor. Clarence asks 774, "Is that Lizzie?" In which Webb replies, "Yep, Lizzie, Elizabeth Proctor." So to me, folks, I mean, to me, what that indicates is he's doing some journalistic work. This is what journalists do. They have sources in order to confirm certain things. And he just confirmed indisputably through one of the most reliable sources that you could possibly think of. He just confirmed that Jen McCabe was at the Proctor home. And they just confirmed it too. So prove Turtleboy's reason for doing what he's been doing without proving Turtleboy's reason for doing what he's doing. I mean, you're sitting here and you're talking about harassment. Tell me you're scared without telling me you're scared. You're sitting here trying to prove harassment and intimidation and conspiracy. I mean, this is what he's doing. He's using a source that was requested to remain anonymous, and now that source is no longer anonymous. Now that source, that poor woman, has to look over her shoulder everywhere she goes, because that whole goddamn good old boy fucking network of bullshit is now going to look at her as somebody who is a traitor to the police department, when she was just doing what she felt was the right thing in her heart. And absolutely what she did proves that she was doing the right thing. Because there's something very, very fucking nefarious going on if a witness, a key witness to a crime, is at the home hobnobbing with the lead investigator of said crime. This is beyond unprofessional. And if you're a religious person, one might even say she was doing God's work. I mean, let's get real, folks. You got to use your eyes, people. Let's get real. And now this poor woman was bullied out of her job. Bullied out of her job because these people conducted a bullshit investigation that should have never happened. She would still have a job today had they not conducted this bullshit investigation and brought Turtleboy up on these bullshit charges just to find out who she was and God knows who else he has sourced to provide him with vital information to prove his case, to prove what he's been doing, to prove why he's been doing what he's been doing. People, wake up. Wake the fuck up. This is crazy. And who knows how many good people are going to lose their jobs because they know something fucked up is going on. And you know, the saddest part of this is, the saddest fucking part is that is just narrowing down the honesty in that department. Like, now that they get those honest cops that are anonymously doing the right thing, if they get all of those people in that police department and they lose their jobs, well, then the ratio of dishonest cops versus honest cops goes fucking massive. It grows in a very disturbing rate. Think about that shit. The people of Massachusetts have a right to be pissed off. Because, make no mistake, past the gravy Morrissey, he's not representing the people. He's representing a bunch of dirty fucking cops. He's not working for the people, even though he's supposed to work for the people, even though he took an oath to work for the people. He's not working for the people. He's working for a dirty fucking network trying to cover up a murder. I mean, it's plain as day. It's plain as day. This is fucking infuriating. Like, the more I read this, the more pissed I get. Fucking incredible, man. Webb stated she has read Turtleboy blog's posts in the past and had been following his media regarding Karen Reed closely. A check of Webb's Facebook account information publicly available revealed she is friends with Clarence Woods Emerson. Wood has numerous posts and comments on content in Facebook supporting Karen Reed's innocence and copying Kearney's claims of police cover-up. On a YouTube video post On October 2nd, 2023, episode 618, Kearney acknowledged it is illegal to obtain information about the registered owner of a vehicle and discussed why it should be legal. Okay, now, I mean, is that a felony or is it a misdemeanor? Because as far as, I mean, he got charged with conspiracy, but did he get charged with obtaining these vehicle registrations? Is that one of his charges? Why aren't they bringing up why aren't they slapping that charge on him if that's the case? And let's see. $618, okay. And it is at the 36-minute mark.
Really long, awkward piss. But it is what it is. But anyway, so let's talk about what he did here, right? This insecure criminal with the badge, right? So I found out. There they are. Love that picture. That there is I asked to get that license plate. Let's not forget to get that license plate. I posted on Facebook, can I have someone run a plate for me? Right. And people have been running plates for me for years, quite frankly. And it's, a number of people can run license plates. Quite frankly, I think, and like, why can't everyone, I don't get that. Why only some people can run a license plate? Either it's public information or it's not. Why can't, so police can know who's driving every car, but no one else can? Why? I don't know. I just feel like anyone should be able to know a license plate now. Who does that car belong to, right?
Okay, again, they're twisting his words. I'm still waiting for when he says it's illegal. And what he says specifically that it's illegal to obtain. He's just saying some people can obtain them and others can't. So let's listen to that one more time.
Why? Why only some people can run a plate for me, right? And people have been running plates for me for years, quite frankly. And it's, a number of people can run license plates. Quite frankly, I think, and why can't everyone, I don't get that. Why only some people can run a license plate? Either it's public information or it's not. Why can't, so police can know who's driving every car, but no one else can? Why?
It sounds to me like he doesn't really know the law. I mean, if I'm going by everything that the chat is saying, he doesn't really know the law on that. Because if I'm going by everything that everybody in chat is saying, and I'm just loosely doing so, I'm not taking it as gospel, but people are talking about insurance. I mean, okay, let's play a little Google game. This is what I like to do from time to time. Who can legally, okay, let's say run license plates in Massachusetts? All right. This is by JD Power. Okay. Law enforcement officers have the right to scan license plates for various reasons as long as they have reasonable suspicion to do so. So even cops are limited to be able to do that. The letters on your license plate are considered public information, and running them does not invade your privacy rights. However, officers must have a valid reason for pulling you over. As a driver, you are responsible for properly displaying your license plate publicly. When officers run your license plate, they have access to a computerized system that contains personal information about drivers. There are various reasons why law enforcement may choose to run a license plate, including but not limited to investigations. Okay. So according to this, only law enforcement officers are legally allowed to run license plates. Okay. Only law enforcement officers are legally allowed to do so, according to what I'm reading. Okay. And it's by JD Power. So now it also says, and I Googled in the state of Massachusetts. Okay. Now, but there's now, I'm not an attorney. Okay. I want to be very clear about that. I always like to be very clear about that. I'm not an attorney. But based on what I'm seeing here, they have to have a valid reason to pull you over, not to run the license plate, but to pull you over. And the reason for the limited access to being able to run the license plate, the reason for it seems to just simply be for the sake of private information. So if I'm an attorney, in theory, okay, I'm going to assume, like, I'm going to beat that charge in court, because I'm going to say, well, at no point did he actually release Jennifer McCabe's private information using in the use of running the license plate. He didn't use he didn't utilize running her license plate in order to expose private information on her. He didn't utilize the running of the license plate of Michael Proctor or Elizabeth Proctor to expose private information about her. He didn't do that. Somebody managed to take a picture of those vehicles at the Proctor home, and he ran those plates in order to thank you, Ann, for the Venmo. I appreciate it. I just happened to see it. If you guys send me a Cash App or a Venmo or PayPal, and I don't see it, it's simply because I can't see the notifications on my phone. Like, I'll miss it. I just happen to catch it. But thank you, Ann, for the Venmo. I appreciate that. So I apologize if I don't acknowledge them. Now, I don't see how. So Sleuthy Goosey is saying I could pay the DMV right now to run a plate for me. Okay. But you could find out. I mean, I don't see how you can't find out who the person is versus like personal information. I mean, probably more than likely the person's name it counts as personal information. Fair enough. But I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like a defense attorney, a decent one, could tear that apart in court. Could just be like, oh, come on, you'd have to prove intent, right? Wouldn't you have to prove intent? And if the intent is to harass or intimidate, fine. But I'm not seeing the intent in running those plates to harass or intimidate. I'm seeing the intent of running those plates simply to confirm who those vehicles belong to. So I just don't. I'm just not seeing. I mean, again, I'm not an attorney. I don't know. But in theory, I feel like a decent defense attorney is going to tear that apart and just shut that down. So yeah, I'm not buying that bullshit. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm just not buying that. That's just silly to me. Now, it says here, it goes on to say, I interviewed Jennifer McCabe regarding the incident. She stated she had never met Elizabeth Proctor or Michael Proctor prior to September 2023. Tony, oh my goodness, thank you so much for the Venmo. I really appreciate that. That was very generous. I'm not going to say full names because I know YouTube handles are different than actual names, and sometimes people's real names show up on these things. So I'm not going to say full names. I'll just say first names. But Tony, thank you so much. That was very, very, very generous. I appreciate that. So I don't I'm just this is just silly. I interviewed Jennifer McCabe regarding the incident. She stated she had never met Elizabeth Proctor or Michael Proctor prior to September 2023. Wait a second. That's bullshit. That right there is a fucking lie. That's an easily disproven lie. I mean, according to her phone records alone. Okay, so Jennifer McCabe is telling this person in an official statement that they never met before September 2023. That makes no sense. We happen to know for a fact that she was interviewed by Michael Proctor and took an official statement. What in May? Hold on. Let me refer to my sleuthy goosey. Let me refer to my sleuthy goosey Karen Reed textbook here. So documents. Let's see. Jennifer McCabe interview. February 1st. Folks, I mean, what? On February 1st. Okay, so this is. Oh, wait. Okay, so now that's okay. Fair enough. Now this is Brian Tully. All right, so Brian Tully is the one who conducted the interview along with O'Keefe. So, okay. All right. So Proctor was not the one who conducted this interview. But even still, I find this impossible to believe. I find that to be impossible to believe if Michael Proctor called Jennifer McCabe's phone the very morning that John O'Keefe was found dead in on the property of 34 Fairview. I mean, how are they going to play that off? Well, I didn't actually meet him in person, but we had several phone conversations, but that's not acknowledged right here. I mean, are we seriously going to have a battle of semantics over this? Are we going to split hairs? Don't fucking give me that bullshit. Oh, wait. Okay, so hold on. Let me continue. Okay, so Brian Fitzgerald is also stating, let's see. There's a Jennifer McCabe interview. Wait, whoa. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So it's the fucking first one on. I'm kind of fucking stupid, guys. Sorry. So the very first thing, the very first document on Sleuthy Goosey's cheat sheet here states January 29th, 2022. Okay. Trooper Michael Proctor's April 6, 2022 report memorializing his interview with Jennifer McCabe on January 29th, 2022 at 11:30 a.m. Thank you so much, Fitzgerald, Brian Fitzgerald. I appreciate that. So hold on. Trooper Michael Proctor, right here. On January 29th, 2022, at approximately 6:04 a.m., the Canton Police Department received a 911 call for a male party
John O'Keefe discovered unresponsive outside of 34 Fairview Road. Canton police fire, EMS responded. Blah, 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 blah. Moving on. We already know all that stuff. Present at the Waterfall Bar at the residence of Fairview Row was Jennifer McCabe, blah, blah, blah. I met, here we go, folks. I met with Jennifer at 12 Country Lane on January 29th, 2022 at 11:30 a.m. and agreed to speak with investigators. It's right here on an official statement, official document. People, dude, right here, right fucking here, right fucking there. People, right here. The following is a summary of what Miss McCabe told us. I mean, it's right fucking here, dude. Right here. Look. Sergeant Booknick and I met with Jennifer at 12 Country Lane on January 29th, 2022 at 11:30 a.m. and agreed to speak with investigators. To Detective Lieutenant Brian P. Tully from Trooper Michael Proctor. It's right there. That is a fucking lie. That is a fucking lie. I mean, come on. Oh my God, this gets more and more frustrating the more I dive into this. It gets just more and more fucking frustrating. And Brian Albert was there too. Okay. This is fucking unbelievable. Okay. So let's go back to this stuff. I'm just going to move on because I want to keep this moving, folks. I want to keep this moving. Man, right there, it says right there. I interviewed Jennifer McCabe regarding the incident. She stated she had never met Elizabeth Proctor or Michael Proctor prior to September 2023. That is a crock of shit. Since the first meeting several weeks ago, Jennifer and Elizabeth have communicated regarding the constant harassment, intimidation, and public attacks. Jennifer stated they bonded over sharing the ongoing experience. Oh my God, bro. Okay. Jennifer stated they bonded over sharing the ongoing experience. She traveled to Elizabeth's house to discuss harassment. So let me get this straight. So they bonded. That's the reason. I love how they put that in there too, right? They bonded. That the McCabe's and the Proctors, Jennifer McCabe came over. Hey, this is Lizzie Proctor. How's it going, Jen? Oh, it's going okay, Lizzie. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna do a little day drinking. I got a box of wine, and I just wanted to come over. I just wanted to see if you wanted to come over and hobnob. I wanted to see if you wanted to come over and exchange some bitching about Turtleboy harassing us. Because I just need somebody to bitch to. Girl, I just need a shoulder to cry on. Oh, I do too. Well, come on over. Bring another box of wine because I could drink a whole one myself, girl. Oh, you got me. You already know me, girl. Oh, I mean, bonding? Fucking bonding? You fucking kidding me? Bonding.
How is that not completely fucking inappropriate for, I mean, here's how that professional conversation would go. Oh, yeah, I got Jen on the phone, babe. Yeah. Lizzie, hang up the phone. She's a witness in a case that I'm the lead detective on. It's completely and totally unprofessional. It is absolutely inappropriate. Hang up the phone with that woman, for fuck's sake. How many times I got to tell you? That is how that would actually go if ethics were applied. Simple. What are you doing talking to one of my witnesses? You understand that that person's going to end up on the stand in court at some point, right? I'm trying to convict a woman of running over a fellow police officer. The fuck is wrong with you, dear? Hang up the goddamn phone. What are you doing? That didn't happen. Hey, come on over. Yeah. I'm going to barbecue some brat. Make sure she comes over. I'm going to barbecue some brats. I mean, I got some brats, but you know what? I'm going to we'll just make Matt do it because he's a big pussy. So we'll just have Matt do it. Tell Matt to come on over and bring his own fucking spatula. I don't want him to fuck up my spatula. Oh my God, dude. This is the most bizarre shit ever. All right, so based on the foregoing facts, there is probable cause to believe that Aidan Kearney committed a violation of Massachusetts general laws, chapter blah, 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 blah. Whoever willfully, either directly or indirectly, threatens, attempts, or causes physical, emotional, oh, wait. Hold on a second. Well, shit, man. Okay. I'm actually going to wrap this up in just a second. Let me go ahead and wrap that up because it seems that Turtleboy is actually going live and I want to watch that. So Turtleboy is actually going live right now, it seems like. So yeah, I guess he decided to go on early. But I will pick this up tomorrow. I see no reason why I wouldn't. So I will see you guys over there in that chat. I appreciate all of the support. I appreciate you guys hitting the like. Please hit the like on your way out. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you guys for, like I said, all the support. You guys, yeah, I thought it was midnight too, but whatever. It's the earlier the better, I guess. Anyways, guys, you guys are fantastic. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all you guys. I love you guys very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.